Brodes Media.
Holy hell, was that an experience? Do you know how down bad you have to be as a baseball team to have a walk-off against a damn good Cubs team and the reaction be, go scratch. Go scratch your nuts. Go sniff. Go sniff the undercarriage. You got to prove a lot more to me. The reaction right now in this city is essentially, what in the world was that nonsense bullshit? And to be honest with you, we have every right to have that first thought. Yes, they snapped the 5-game losing skid. Yes, getting the win is important for the morale. Yes, watching Kemp have a moment was cool. And then to see the fellas dump water on him afterwards, all right, it's a feel-good story. He's the only thing I can feel good about him, and having Zach Wheeler back because he's just one of the most dominant starters in the game. So, yeah, I mean, that puts a smile on my face. But you know what pisses me off? Everything else! Getting thrown out at second base, Sosa and Nick, dude. Who do you think you are? And in the 8th, when we could have had a leadoff double, you get thrown out by 8,000 feet. You thought I was going to say 8 fucking thousand. But it's not like it matters anyway, because he had a leadoff double earlier in the game. And he had a free stay at the fucking Marriott second base as the rest of the crew behind him just stranded. Stranded him right at second base. So who's to say damage would have been done even if he did stay at first? You know how many hits they would have had to string together? An impossible amount for this group. You'd probably have somebody ground out into a double play, which was happening consistently. And the Alec Bohm 10th inning double play. Oh, man. This is coming right after, the 7th, when he had a chance to do something. He struck out looking. And then he had the 5th inning when he had a chance to do something and he couldn't make it happen then either. Whew. Wow. And how about when they tied the game up 1-1? They had bases loaded, no outs. They scored 1 run. They scored 1. And then I got to hear afterwards all the wow remarks about how cool it is to see these bunts. This team sucks. That's why they have to bunt. They stink. That's why they're bunting. Rojas can't do anything offensively. So you're so desperate you have to do that because you can't do anything else. And really, we're sitting here giving standing ovations for bunts. Do you know why they have to do that? Because they can't produce power. Do you know what this team was built to do? Hit with power. This is a joke. This is a joke. What else did I forget? Oh, Trey getting picked off. The only reason why you had a 2-1 lead is because Boyd threw it away from first base, and you were able to take advantage of a dumb mistake by him and a really piss-poor throw. But this team is a nightmare. So this is very strange, conflicted feelings for me. I always take pride in my group. But when it's this, what do you want me to do? Was that a winning baseball team? Be honest with me. They won a game. Was that a winning formula that is going to change the trajectory of who they are. Fuck no! And we even got Rob Thompson pregame. I'm starting to think Rob Thompson's doing this on purpose. And that is the job of the manager. But he did talk about the message he sent to the team. And it was very Rob Thompson-like. You know what? This is what Rob Thompson had to say before this game against Chicago in the dugout when he met with reporters. And he talked about the calm message to his players about staying confident.
I feel like guys are compressing. Is there anything you can kind of put your finger on right now?
Well, you know, I think it's natural to try and do too much when you're going through something like this. But every team goes through something like this every year. My 40 years in the game, I probably, especially in the big leagues, every year there's been a team, our team has gone through something. You just got to fight. Yeah, and these guys are doing the right things as far as preparation. They're playing hard. I think the energy level is up, but of course the frustration level is up as well. And you just gotta, ride the wave. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Just keep playing.
Oh my God, talk about a boring way to try to inspire your team. And shame on you, Rob, because a day ago I was saying, hey, Rob, you're sort of in the back road here for me a little bit. Background, I don't know, the background. You're in the background. What the hell, back roads, country song? I don't know. Background. And I'm ripping Dave. And I'm ripping the players for their joke of at-bats and all this stuff. And then here you are the next day saying, yeah, I said don't ride the highs and don't ride the lows. Let's be calm and let's not try and do too much. Oh, yeah, riveting stuff. Yeah, this team really grabbed onto that message and played inspiring baseball tonight, Topper. Wow. But you know what? The more and more I'm starting to think about this, he knows the city hates his demeanor. He knows the city despises the way that he doesn't show fire. And look at what I'm doing right now. I am spending time ripping him a new asshole and destroying his tactics and angry about the way that he's just la-di-da-di-da-ing about his job. Exactly. This is the time I could have spent ripping Strom for getting annihilated again. And truth be told, once we got to the bullpen, I thought a few of those were going to carry. There were a few that pushed Max Kepler all the way to the left field wall, and I didn't expect it to carry that far, but this thing was carrying a little bit. But to protect his players, he knew this would aggravate people. He knew it would get people talking. So maybe he took one for the team and said, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to let him know. I doubled down. I tripled down. I did what I do, whether you like it or not. Talk about that, jerk-offs. I wonder if Rob Thompson has that way of thinking whatsoever. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe, truth be told, he says, I don't give a rat's ass about anybody. I'm going to manage my team the way I manage. This is the way that I manage. And you go scratch. That's possible, too. That's probably what it is. I'm probably overanalyzing. And he technically wins, because look at me. I'm the fool. I'm biting. But whatever. I mean, no surprise. You know what cracks me up, though? He talked this big game about, yeah, I've been thinking about some serious change. The hell was the change? What was the change? Trey Turner leading off. Kyle being moved. Here's what really ticks me off, though, that Rob did in this one. He kept mentioning how he'll have answers on where Bryce Harper is and where Aaron Nola is when the game's over. So here I am, after that journey of a game, waiting through Phillies post-game live just to get the topper. Then the first 4 or 5 questions is about the game, which I really don't care about because that game sucked. And then we finally got a question about the 2. And he goes, oh, yeah, I didn't have a chance to talk to the trainer yet, so I don't have an update for you. Rob! I mean, that could have been more on purpose. So, bad news? I'm just asking. Bad news? Does this mean they're stretching out this Bryce Harper IL stint to something more serious? Because everybody and their mother knows that we are waiting to get an update on Bryce Harper. Oh, I just happened to not speak. I mean, come on, man. I wasn't born yesterday. So now I'm expecting the worst, which I was expecting anyway, because Bryce Harper made it very clear that it's going to take a while when he spoke to the media on Friday or Saturday, whatever that was during the Pittsburgh series. But thanks, Rob. Appreciate it for lying right to our faces. He also said, I guess this is the Rob Thompson show. He said Kevin Long's one of the best hitting coaches in the league. Hold on. The best hitting coach in baseball. He sucks. There must be really bad coaches all around baseball if he's the best. He sucks. Name me a player that has gotten better over the years. Bohm's gotten worse. Stott has gotten worse. Take a look at what Nick did his last year in Cincinnati and take a look at what he's done here since. Kyle's Kyle. Kyle's been doing this everywhere. Bryce, Kyle. Okay. Trey, single hitter. Trey. What are we doing here about him just being this great, phenomenal hitting coach? I need examples of this team showing massive improvement. Rojas, that would be a guy where it's, hey, he's not very good, and we have worked with him to get better. He's actually so bad that they just ask, please see if you can put the ball 3 feet in front of the catcher. Please, I beg of you. That's his job. See what I'm saying? Kevin Long stinks. Again, maybe it's part of what Rob Thompson is trying to do.